Welcome back to City Kids Online. We're so glad you're with us. If it's your first time, I'm Cheryl. This is Pastor Joel. So glad you're joining us today.
Yeah, it's awesome that you're here. You know, Easter was really awesome last week.
It was. What a celebration.
It was. But you know, it's that evening, Sunday night, I just started feeling bad. I didn't
You
feel too
did?
good.
What happened?
I think it's because I ate all of my Easter egg candy.
What? You ate all of your candy? All at one time?
I did. I ate it all at once. I know, it probably wasn't very smart.
Bad idea.
Yeah, I just was being tempted, you know. I would walk away, but then it's like this voice would be going, Mr. Joel, come and eat me. And I gave in every time.
Oh, man, that was a bad idea.
It was. I wish I could kind of rewind and go, hey, didn't we do a game?
We did. We did a remote control game last week where we would fast forward and rewind.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Too bad you can't rewind this week.
No, I can't. But we are going to rewind in our Bible story from when Jesus was crucified and resurrected and go back to right after he was baptized, when he was tempted. And you know what? We also have our big picture question. Do you remember that?
We do. Why did Jesus become human?
You know, Jesus became human to obey his Father's plan and to rescue sinners.
He did.
Guess who didn't want Jesus to follow that plan?
The devil. The devil wanted Jesus to sin, to mess up, so he tempted him.
You know that idea of the devil trying to tempt Jesus?
Yeah.
Man, you know, that's pretty intriguing. I hope you will watch this video. Check this out.
After Jesus was baptized, God's Spirit led him into the wilderness. Jesus stayed in the wilderness for many days. He prayed to God and thought about God's plan for his life. Jesus did not eat anything while he was in the wilderness, and he was very hungry. The devil came to tempt Jesus. He tried to get Jesus to do wrong things. The devil said, "If you are really God's son, tell these stones to become bread." If Jesus used his power to turn the stones into bread, he could eat the bread. Then he wouldn't be hungry anymore. But Jesus said no. He trusted God to give him what he needed. Then Jesus said, "This is what the Bible says. Man must not live only on bread, but on all the words God says." Jesus did not sin, so the devil tried again. He took Jesus to the top of the temple in Jerusalem. The devil said, "If you are really God's son, prove it. Jump off the top of the temple. God will protect you." Then the devil said, "The Bible says God will order his angels to keep you safe, and they will protect you, so that you will not even trip on a stone." Again, Jesus said no. Jesus knew the devil was trying to trick him by misusing God's words. The devil was being foolish. Jesus said, "The Bible also says, do not test God." Finally, the devil took Jesus to a high mountain where they could see land stretched out far and wide. The kingdoms in the land were great. The devil said, "Look, I will give you all the money and power of these great kingdoms. All you have to do is fall down and worship me." Jesus said, "No. Go away," he said. "The Bible says, only worship God and only serve God." So the devil went away. Angels came to help Jesus and serve him. In all of these things, Jesus never sinned. The devil tried to get Jesus to sin, but Jesus never sinned. Jesus always did the right thing. Jesus died on the cross to rescue us from sin. When we are tempted to sin, we can ask Jesus to help us say no to sin.
You know, we can always ask Jesus to give us help.
We can. You know, Jesus knows exactly what it feels like to be tempted. He was tempted when he was here on earth.
Yeah, he knows. And you know, when I think about fighting temptation, you know, if I just try harder,
Yeah.
I don't think that necessarily works. But I think it's his power inside of us getting greater and greater, helping us to fight that temptation. Hey, I was doing that greater and greater.
That reminds me of our memory verse that we've been learning. It says, he must become greater and greater, and I must become less and less. John 3:30. City kids at home, stand up on your feet. Let's practice our motions. Say this with us. He must become greater and greater, and I must become less and less. John chapter 3, verse 30.
Yeah, you know, that's amazing how his power in us can give us the strength that we need when it comes to temptation. You know, temptation doesn't always come from the devil. It definitely comes from the devil, but sometimes it can be our own evil desires.
That's true.
But we can resist the devil. We can use the Bible just like Jesus did as well.
That's right. As a matter of fact, the Bible actually says, resist the devil and he will flee from you.
Right. So we can ask Jesus for help.
Yes.
We can use the Bible. And we can resist the devil.
That's
So
right.
I'm so glad that you guys joined us today. It was great that you could be here. And aren't there some things on the website,
There
Cheryl?
are. We have some challenges for you out there on our City Kids page, citypointchurch.com/citykids. Check them out. So glad you're with us today.
Yes, have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Love you guys.